It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. Thank you very much for waking up with us on this beautiful Friday morning. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown have resulted in remote working and learning for so many people, including our kids and us adults. And naturally, this leads to more screen time. We're spending so much time on our screens, which can negatively impact the health of our eyes. And we're being joined right now by Optometrist Annelies van to talk about how we can look after our eyes, especially during this time. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Annelies.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, we are spending a lot of time in front of our screens, right? It's so refreshing to be able to see an actual live person, yes, with the right social distancing and all of that. But how can screen time negatively impact or affect our eyes?
Sure. Screen time, it's a very debatable subject at the moment. Because screen time affects our eyes in a way that we don't always understand. Because why is a screen different to a book? That's the biggest argument at the moment.
Are people arguing that a lot?
They do, because why can't I spend as much time on a screen as I can reading a book?
Because you're looking, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A screen is made up of a lot of pixels, so your eye needs to decipher which pixel to focus on. Therefore, it uses more accommodation to get everything in focus. Where on a book, it's a page, it's flat, it's black and white mostly. It's much easier to pick up. So at the end of the day, because we spend most of the time 8 to 10 hours a day on a screen, the ciliary muscles in the eye gets very tired and overworked. And that induces a lot of other eye strain and eye problems. And I think in the long term, we'll have a lot of side effects from that.
Nobody wants that. We hope that we can mitigate the side effects and get to a point where we don't have to worry about that.
Yes.
But the thing is, Annelies, is that we do have to spend the time in front of our screens because we are forced to, for the most part. And I hope that you've got some solutions and some tips for us. How then can we, lessen the impact of screen time on our eyes? How can we protect our eyes from screen time on our phones or screens or whatever it is that you're looking at?
Well, I think maybe using this smart, nice phone that's available, if it's got a blue protect, then maybe
Hey, how about that? Which it probably does, because as you heard, there's nothing it hasn't got, right?
Yes, it's quite a fancy phone. Have a proper eye test. I think you can start there, having a proper eye test, get the correct prescription, and on your prescription lenses, the minimum coating I usually advise is an anti-reflective coating, but the better coating is a blue protect coating. The reason is it reduces the effects that the screen has on your eyes. It improves your concentration, it improves your sleeping patterns, and in the long run, a proper prescriptive eyewear will also reduces the side effects for increasing myopia, which is a very big pandemic at the moment as well, because youngsters get more short-sighted the more they use screens.
So we're starting to see, it sounds like from what you're saying, and what I've definitely read online on different journals, is that more and more young people today are coming through with eyesight problems and challenges because more and more young people are exposed to the screens, whether it's watching TV all day or gaming all day, being on your phone and all of that. And of course, your eyes are so important, such an important part of your body, that if your eyes have challenges, that can lead to other challenges with other parts too, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely. If your eyes have problems, then a child at school will struggle reading, struggle studying. You'll have less concentration. Even an adult working, you won't be able to manage a full day behind a screen if your eyes have problems behind the screen.
You
are strained.
maybe?
Yes, headaches. Loss of concentration, sleeping patterns, and red eyes. There's so many to name a few. But having a proper eye test is probably the best way to start.
How often should we be going and seeing an amazing optometrist like you to help us navigate this space?
Well, starting with the little ones, the children, I usually say at least by the age of 6 years old, they must have an eye test to start off and see whether there's any discrepancies. Obviously, as a parent, if you pick up anything sooner, you must bring them in for an assessment. If the child gets glasses, your optometrist will recommend probably an annual checkup because kids grow very fast.
Yes.
And as an adult, every 2 years at least, to have an eye test. Do not go off-the-shelf reading glasses. Your eyes are not the same. We can't say that your eyes are exactly the same because your eyes and my eyes are also different, and they assume it's the same. Having a proper pair will always be the best for you in the long run.
And I think that I hope that my granddad and my grandma are watching right now because, you know, that pair there in Hammanskraal, they like to share spectacles.
Oh, that's also not
Yeah,
good.
because my grandma will be reading the Bible, and then next thing, my granddad says, oh, there's a message from someone. Grabs his cell phone, pulls the glasses off of my grandmother's face, puts them on, and
dear.
goes off and does his own thing.
Yes.
You can't do that.
You
can't do
can't
that,
do
guys.
that,
You've got to
no.
go do your own
For
thing.
quick reference, it doesn't have a long-term effect, but anything, if you spend more than half an hour doing something, having your proper own pair is always first prize.
That is prescribed specifically to you, Annelies. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you
this
very
morning.
much.
This has been very insightful. Let us know, do you get your checkups? Are you doing your checkups? Are you starting to feel that you're feeling the pressure and the strain on your eyes? Are you taking strain during this time, learning online or working from home online and doing all of those Zoom calls all day long? Expresso Morning Show SABC3 is the Facebook page to go let us know on.